Many of us are excited for the 4th of July, but some of our pets may not be. In fact, research finds more pets go missing during the holiday than any other time during the year. So, how can we keep our pets safe and still enjoy the holiday ourselves? Joining us now is Mike Spiata, Director of Shelter Operations at North Shore Animal League America. And Mike, what are some best tips for keeping pets calm during the holiday?
Thanks so much for having us. Yeah, it's really a difficult time of year for pets because, well, we really enjoy, as you were just saying, the holiday. They don't really enjoy it quite so much. One of the big things, first and foremost, especially I would say in the days leading up to the 4th of July and especially this year following, because it falls on a Friday, is to make sure that we set up a space in our home, whether you have a cat or a dog, that's a calm space for that animal. That doesn't necessarily mean a quiet space, because a lot of times people might equate calm to quiet. We actually want to create some sort of calming environment with some sort of ambient noise that will actually help drown out any noise from outside, like fireworks. And I would suggest, if you can, to spend time in that space with them. And if you have an animal, a pet, that is especially traumatized by fireworks, loud noises, things like that, is to consider even potentially contacting a vet in advance to see if it's something that maybe they should consider having medication that's prescribed for them done.
Now, what should people do if their pet does get lost?
The first thing they should do is contact their local shelter, the local authorities. So the police precinct in your area is the first place I would contact. If your dog or cat is microchipped, which would be a great thing if your animal is, because they can then be scanned for that, and make sure that microchip, if your dog or cat has one, is actually registered and their registration is up to date and it has your correct information on it, because in the event your animal does go missing and they wind up at a shelter or a police precinct or a vet's office, the first thing they're going to do is usually break out a microchip scanner and scan your pet to see if they have a microchip. And if they do, and that information is up to date, they can get right back in touch with you and let you know that they've found your pet.
Now, what else can be dangerous to pets surrounding this holiday that owners should look out for?
So a lot of times, obviously, this time of year, we have big get-togethers with family and friends. One of the biggest things that people need to keep in mind is that at these gatherings, it might not always be best to have your four-legged friend accompany you, whether it be to someone else's house or even at your own house, and to try to keep your pet confined and away from guests. As much as we might want to have our pets interact with our friends and family, this time of year there could be alcohol, there could be food that would be unsafe for an animal to consume. A lot of times people aren't paying attention. As much as we love our friends and family, they might not be thinking about our pet.
Thank you, Mike Spiata, Director of Shelter Operations at Animal League America. Thank you so much again for your time.
Thank you so much.